Hello everybody, what is up? Welcome back. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope everybody's taking care of themselves. I would grab Thackeray, but he is taking a little cat nap and I feel awful for waking him up. So, anyways, today's pick a card, you guys, is going to be a pick a card. Here's the thing. I've seen this a few times and I've been like, I feel like people are not gonna love this. But it is what it is. I want to do something fun and funky today. So today's pick a card is going to be a pick a card on why the hell are you still single? I'm excited to get started. If you're sensitive, honestly, you should probably not watch this, okay? If you're sensitive, if your feelings get hurt easily, if yada yada, don't watch this, And it's okay if you're sensitive. I'm sensitive. I wouldn't watch this. I'd be like, I don't need to know. All right, I don't need to know. I can just okay. So I get it. Anyways, before I show you today's piles, you guys, this is a reminder that tarot is a divination tool. It's an intuitive practice. So take what resonates, leave what does not. And that goes for everything in life, right? Like, why would you take something that's not resonating with you? If you're like, this doesn't feel right, why am I going to continue with it? That doesn't make any sense. Anyways, so yeah, that's what we're doing. Without further ado, here's a clip of the piles right now. All right, you guys, these are the 4 piles. We have group number 1 with the rose quartz crystal, group number 2 with the palmistry hand, group number 3 with the golden heart-shaped jewelry box, and we've got group number 4 with the moldavite. If you guys need a moment to meditate on which pile is calling your name, you guys are free to do that right now, and if you would like to pick more than one pile, you guys are always welcome to do so. All right, you guys have now picked your piles. Please go ahead and check out my description box where I've left everybody timestamps for when your reading shall start. And with that, you guys, let's go ahead and jump into today's pick a card. Hello, group number 1. Welcome to your guys' reading. I'm really excited to get started. You guys, I am going to be doing the dice. I'm going to be doing it at the end of each reading. The reason why I'm switching it is because I've realized that it's really, really loud when I'm doing it on the hard table in the new atmosphere that I'm in, and I don't want that, obviously. So having the cards down is going to make it easier. The reason why I'm explaining this is because if I don't, I feel like people are going to be like, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, let's get into it. So, why the hell is group number 1 still single? Why is group 1 still single? Sorry about me hitting the mic, guys. Oh. Okay. So some of you who picked pile number 1, are we gonna focus? Okay. Some of us who picked pile number 1, I feel like you guys are not necessarily unhappy being single. Like, it feels very content, very satisfying. Oh, you know what? It's not that you don't want a relationship, but it feels almost like being alone is better than being with somebody who's going to drive me up the wall, or being alone is better than being with somebody who I feel lukewarm about. Being alone is more emotionally, physically, mentally satisfying than being with anybody that I have yet to encounter. So it may not be that you are literally like, oh, I just want to be a lonely little Susie. It could be that you have just not yet found somebody who, obviously, who is sparking your interest and you are satisfied with your own company. This is positive so far. Now, we also do have the 8 of Swords, you guys, and the 8 of Swords is representing feeling stuck. I'm seeing this as having blind spots as well, the group 1. So there may be certain blind spots that you have in regards to either yourself and things that you may need to work on as an individual, or perhaps I hate saying this because it sounds like I'm saying, oh, pick better men, or pick better, like I hurt when that is said. It agitates me to the millionth because picking better just sounds like pick me, which is stupid. Anyways, I digress. But there's blind spots in regards to your dating life. There's blind spots in regards to you entering into a relationship, or the reasons as to why you are single. There's something that you are not seeing. Also, there may be certain things from our past that's holding us up. I don't want to say holding us back, because I don't feel like group 1 is being held back, but holding us up or keeping us a little bit more reserved. We also have the strength, all right? This is talking about taming the beast within. Now, this is why the hell are you still single, you guys? There may be... Okay. This is almost giving me, like I just said, the energy of something from the past having an influence on our current circumstances. Something from the past having an influence on what we are currently working with or dealing with, okay? Let me get some more. Can I get a message? Working with other people or compromising in relationships may be something that you have struggled with in the past, and maybe it's not on your part, but on the people that you have previously dated. Because that's what the Three of Pentacles is. It's talking about compromise, essentially. Because when we work with other people, you guys, like, we are compromising something. There comes a compromise in every relationship, whether it's a friendship, whether it's a business partnership, whether it's a romantic relationship. Compromise is necessary to work with other people, unless that person is literally like the carbon copy of you. So I see this as compromising being perhaps a bit of a struggle. Can I have some more information on why group 1 is single? Long term. Okay, I'm gonna be honest, you guys. I think that you are in the right position by being single at this moment. The reason why I'm saying that, you guys, is because the Ten of Pentacles is talking about long term. It's looking at the bigger picture. It's investments. You are not wanting to invest your time, energy, or efforts into somebody who is not going to be providing the longevity that you are seeking. In that case, you guys, I do believe that you should be single. I do believe that you should stay single until you find somebody who's worth this investment, okay? So again, it does very much feel like compromise or working with others, like you're wanting to find a partner. You're wanting somebody to work with you, not against you. You're not wanting to work for somebody. You're wanting to work with somebody in a relationship to build it, right? And perhaps you have encountered people where either you have had to put forth all the effort or you have felt like they did not see you as an equal partner, and this was a turn off, okay? Okay, let's keep going. Okay, we'll use this deck. I want to get some further confirmation on the cards that have popped out. Can I please get some further confirmation on why group 1 is single? Sorry, I hit the mic. Okay, Seven of Pentacles. It's literally the Seven of Swords, Venus. The Seven of Swords is talking about I'm so sorry, you guys. The Seven of Swords is talking about prioritizing, okay? This is talking about a need to prioritize. So it's very possible that you guys are single right now because you're prioritizing yourself. And yet again, if that is the case, like, you are doing the absolute right thing. This feels like a person, the people who picked this group, you guys feel this energy, if you're resonating, feels like energy that is on its way to coming into union with, like, their soulmate, their life partner, their husband, their wife. That is what this energy feels like. It's like, I'm prioritizing myself. I'm looking for something that's long term, something that is worth the investment. I'm looking for somebody who I can build with. I'm happy and content on my own. Like, whoever picked group 1, it feels like, I haven't obviously done the other groups yet, so I don't know. But this group does feel like the probability of coming into union with your soulmate seems more probable, okay, in the closer future. Okay, in the near. Can I please get a message for group 1? Alrighty, interesting. So we have the Ace of Wands. It could be that you guys, group number 1, you are prioritizing passion and, again, growth, like wanting to grow with somebody, wanting to experience this fresh start with somebody. It's like, I don't want to engage in a relationship where I know I don't see it growing, where I know I don't see it developing. This is all about growth and development. This is also talking about passion, you guys, okay? So you know what? It feels like this is the group that's like, I'm not going to settle for anything less than what I deserve. I'm not going to settle for somebody who feels lukewarm about me, and I don't want to be with somebody who I feel lukewarm about. We have the King of Pentacles. Oh my God, I love this. I honestly thought he was the King of Wands, and I was like, meh. But now that I see that he's the King of Pentacles, this makes me excited because, yeah, this is talking about longevity, stability, groundedness, consistency. This is also obviously financial awareness and being very motivated in regards to abundance. So overall, you guys, like with this energy here of the King of Pentacles, I just feel like this group has a deep desire for longevity, has a deep desire for stability, consistency. One, we also have the 10 of Pentacles, and the 10 of Pentacles is talking about burdens. It's talking about responsibilities. So it's very possible, group one, that you guys just have a lot of freaking responsibilities on your plate. And you're like, to be honest with you, although I would want to be with somebody, although I would love to have a beautiful relationship, I would love to be married, I would love to have a partner, I'm also just so incredibly busy that I don't necessarily have the time to put forth towards that, right? Again, I want to say out of all the groups, but I have not done the other groups, so it's not fair to just prejudge the other groups. But again, this group out of everybody so far does seem, out of everybody, this group seems very much like you guys are on the right track to meeting somebody who you can build a future with, because you are focused on yourself, because you know what you want, because you see your future as something that you want to invest in, because you see like the person that you want to be with is someone who you want to have longevity with, right? So I feel, and because you're okay with being alone, group one, I feel like this is very much in alignment with being on the road to meeting somebody who is rather significant, being on the road to meeting your life partner. We have a square. We have yang energy as well. Okay, Sagittarius is here, so this is optimism, exploration, and freedom. This is representing an energy, you guys, of exploration, like it says. I oftentimes do associate Sagittarius energy with like being a bit of a wanderer, wanting to explore, wanting to travel, not necessarily having your sights set on one particular thing, being very open. I also associate this, you guys, with growth and expansion, because Sagittarius is connected to Jupiter, abundance as well. So perhaps a lot of you are just focusing on your career right now and you feel like there is not that much time to progress further. We have yang energy. This is Aries, Gemini, Leo, Libra, Sagittarius, and Aquarius. It's productivity, expression, doing, and forward motion. So like I just stated, I do feel like for a lot of you watching this, you are a very productive group of people and you're focused. You know what you want. You know where you want to go. You are taking actions and steps to achieving your goals, to achieving your dreams. And that may be playing a major role in the reasons as to why you have yet to be in a relationship. And look, this is okay, you guys. Again, if you are wanting longevity, if you're wanting your wife, if you're wanting your husband, you would be lucky to have picked this pile, because this is the mindset I feel like that is the most healthy and productive to obtaining that, okay? I feel like when you are in such a desperate state of mind in regards to like, I need a relationship to be happy, I need a person to make myself feel good, I feel like that is the opposite of how it is that you best attract a relationship that's long lasting. We have a square here as well. This is a challenging situation and a mountain to climb. So it's very possible you guys are feeling like you have come up against this square, this mountain, this difficult situation that you are facing. It could even be that like you're doing a lot of introspective work and you're looking at yourself and you're looking at how it is that you can improve upon yourself. A square, again, does represent a challenge. For a lot of you, it may be a challenging task to find somebody who you can build this future with. The reason why this is because you guys are unwilling to settle, and this is not a bad thing. This is a really positive thing, especially if you are wanting a sustainable, healthy, long-lasting relationship. I think the reason why so many people end up getting divorced quite literally is because they end up settling, and they know prior to even getting married that they're settling. And they're like, oh, well, this is just the best I'm gonna do. And it's like, well, prob's not. You're eventually gonna realize that you cannot just be with somebody for the sake of being with somebody. All right, can I get a message for group one in regards to why are they still single? We have the trickster. It says transcending convention stuffiness and predictable behavior. Okay, so perhaps you guys are very good at reading predictable behavior or predictable signs in regards to like red flags and things like this in people. So you cut them off rather swiftly. Can I get... Literally, we have the exorcist, freeing yourself and others from destructive impulses. Again, like being able to catch red flags really quickly. This is also, I feel like, referencing an energy of you guys not wanting to partake in toxicity, you guys not wanting to settle, okay? Being very much of the mindset of I rather be free than to be tied down to something toxic or somebody, in this situation, toxic. So there is that. Why is group number 1 single? We have falling in love, enchanting love. You guys are single because this is what you have a desire for. You have a desire for an enchanting love. You have a desire for somebody who is truly going to love you. You guys don't want just a mundane, lukewarm love. And I don't blame you. I feel like, again, people who settle for that are the ones who end up the most unhappy. We have love at first sight. Stop it. This is so sweet. Twin flame and mirroring souls. Love at first sight. See, I feel like for some people, they may view group 1 as like a lack of romance or having a lack of, it's like group number 1 is not a romantic. But I think that group 1, like those of you who chose group 1, you guys are the most romantic. And that's why you're single, because you want real love, because you want true love. You don't want something flimsy. You don't want something mediocre. You want that true, deep, literally like love at first sight, twin flame, souls mirroring one another type of love. You want your soulmate. And anything less than, I feel like, would just be a disappointment for this group. Alrighty. Why is group number 1 still single? Okay, we have going with the flow, because you guys are not trying to force anything. You guys aren't trying to force a relationship that's just not going to work. You're not trying to fit a square into a circle, baby. All right. We also have patience. So group 1, you guys are patient. Again, this is a good quality to have. It does say within 1 month. I usually don't take that part because I feel like within 1 month is a quick time period. It's a quick turnover. For some of you that may be relevant, but I feel like for most of you, the patience is the relevant part of this message. All right, final deck, you guys. Final deck. Can I get a message for group number 1 in regards to why they're still single? Ooh, this is a lot. Okay. Okay. All right. So we have influences. This is attachments, third parties, and peers. All right. So being influenced by others may be playing a role for some of you in regards to why you are still single. This is potentially even talking about past situations, past lessons that you have learned playing a role in why you are still single as well. That is not necessarily a bad thing. We have sorrow. This is loss, grief, and depression. Some of you guys have experienced love. Some of you guys have experienced really deep love. And in losing that, you have also experienced grief, right? So it's very possible that, again, you are more just cautious, more aware of what you want moving forward, and you're not willing to settle because you do not want a repeat of past situations. We have hopeless. This says sinking, despair, and falling apart. For most of you watching this, I don't believe that this is a feeling that you ever want to experience again. Again, you do not want a love that is fleeting. Like, you want something that's stable, that's secure, that's long lasting. You want your soulmate. I feel like for some of you, you've most definitely had this experience of feeling so hopeless because you tied your heart to somebody who hurt you severely or somebody who was not stable. So moving forward, we are ensuring that that does not take place again. We're ensuring we are not wasting our time. We're ensuring that we are not loose with our heart. We have thinking. It says missing you, craving, and desiring. For some of you, there still could be some certain people from our past that we are working on getting over. It's also the way that this is worded, you guys. Like, the word at the bottom is interesting, but thinking in general, like, I feel like so many people get into relationships and they don't even think about it. They're just like, oh, I'm attracted to them, they're attracted to me, without even really diving into the compatibility factor of, like, are we compatible in regards to how we think, how we express our emotions? Are we, like, I feel like so many people overlook compatibility because we're like, oh, I really like this person. And I think that for this group, you guys, again, are not looking at relationships as these easy breezy, cute little things. You're taking it more seriously. There's thought behind it. We have healing. This is releasing, purifying, and cleansing. Some of you are okay with being alone because you know that you are still working on your healing process. Others of you have already gone through this, so obviously this part is not relevant for you. But some of you are still working through this healing, and that is completely okay. And then we have loyalty. And this is trusting, reliability, and believing. Having somebody who you know is loyal, having somebody that you know you can trust, it's going to be very much important for you guys moving forward in your relationships. Having somebody who you feel like, I trust this person with my life, is going to be very much important in regards to how you move forward with your relationships. And if you meet somebody who gives you red flags or who gives you the energy that they cannot be trusted, you are not going to entertain that. So loyalty is a big thing, and finding someone who matches your loyalty is going to play a really big role in you guys accepting somebody into your life romantically. Okay, let's go ahead, you guys, and pull from our bowl, and then I will go ahead and get some zodiac signs for you. A message for group number 1. A new start. All right, some of you may be newly single, and that may be obviously why you're single. We have B. This could be the initial of your name, somebody else's who is significant in the situation, their name. We have Earth. You guys crave stability. 6 foot plus. The descriptions of like the physical attributes, you guys, could be the person that you are entering into a relationship with next. We have Asia. We have, I believe this is an I. We have the US. We have balanced. I thought it said blonde, but it says balanced. We have body of a goddess / god. Thick build. 20s. Long work hours. Balanced. 20s. Cupid's bow. Big lips. A prepping period. That's what you guys are in right now. You're in your prepping period. We have a medium hair. Building. We have Libra. We have Spider. This is talking about overcoming fears, you guys. Spider. We have soft hands. We have friends. Yeah, look at the long term. Exactly. We have D. We have T. Oh, this is F. I'm sorry, this is F. F. Is that an F? I think it's a T. I don't know. It's either an F or a T, guys. I don't know. Oh, I'm sorry about the mic. I think that is all the notes. Let's go ahead and quickly roll the dice and I'll let you guys go. Can I get a zodiac sign for group number 1? We have Gemini. We have Capricorn. It landed on Capricorn, guys. Where did it go? Capricorn. We have Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius, and Aries. All right, you guys, so those are the zodiac signs that popped up, and that is all the messages I have for you guys today. Overall, you guys, you are single for a very healthy reason, and there's no rush. There's no time limit, you guys. We are all walking different paths. That means we're all on different timelines. So don't feel like you're running out of time to find love. Don't feel like it's too late or it's this or it's that. I do believe that this group, again, it feels very healthy. Your reasoning for being single is very healthy, and I do have a lot of hope for this group in regards to finding love in the future. So thank you guys so much for allowing me to read for you today. If you guys are interested in if you guys are interested in purchasing a personal reading, I have those available in the description box. If they are out of stock, you guys go ahead and email me or send me a message on Etsy, and I will send you an early access link when they are available. So thank you guys. I love you, and that is all I got. So bye. Hello, group two. Welcome to your guys' reading. So before I start shuffling, you guys, I am gonna do the dice. I'm doing them at the end of the reading. The reason why I'm doing that is because I have realized that it's really loud on the table. So I want to make sure that there's some cushion. So that's why we're waiting till the end. Also, if you're new here, the dice is extra. It's dessert. If it doesn't resonate, it's not that deep. It's not that serious. The main course is the cards. So oh, now we're kind of going in order, right? We're having our main course and then we're having our dessert. Cute. Anyways, why is group number one, group number two single? Why is group number two single? I'm just going to read it. All right, you guys, karma. All right, that's what the Wheel of Fortune is talking about. This is good luck. This is bad luck. This is karma. Now, karma is neutral, you guys, okay? So maybe if we want to look at this in an optimistic manner, we can say, oh, you're single because you deserve better, babe. It could also be that you're single because there is some karmic ties that needs to be worked out, or something karmically that needs to be worked out, you guys, all right? I'm not here to speak on your karma or anybody else's karma because that's just, quite frankly, none of my business, and I don't feel like diving into that via tarot, especially for a public reading. But that is what this is referencing, karma. Sure. We also have the Eight of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles is talking about a perfectionist mindset, somebody who is doing something over and over and over again until they become perfect. So group number two, it's very, very possible that you guys are perfectionists, and maybe that is playing a role in regards to why you are still single. We have the Page of Cups. You know how I always see this card, you guys? I see this card as, you know, when you go to take a drink of water, but you have like multiple cups in front of you and you take a drink of water and it's like something else. And you're like, no, that is not what I thought I was getting. And even if that something else isn't gross, let's say it's like a juice or wine or something to the effect, it's still off-putting because it wasn't what we were expecting necessarily. So it, how do I say this in a nice way? It could be that you yourself are not fitting, like you're not water. Maybe you are something that is a bit unexpected for the people that you are interested in, right? Like maybe there is an element to you that is a bit unexpected, or an element to you that is a bit out of the blue, or you know what, unique, right? I see this as like not fitting the status quo. We have the Queen of Cups. All right. So there may be emotional difficulties. I'm sorry. I'm trying to not be overly aggressive with this group. I feel like this group is a bit sensitive. But this could be in referencing, you guys. Okay, if I'm just being so just like blunt and honest, I am not a doctor. I'm not going to diagnose anybody with any type of issue. But the way that I would see this, it would be somebody who has a lot of a wide emotional range, which is beautiful, which is perfect. I think people should have a wide emotional range, but this is almost feeling a bit volatile. Just based on everything else that is here, it's like perfectionism, and I see it as like really high highs, really low lows, somebody who may have strong emotional reactions to things that really aren't that serious. So that may be playing a role. Perhaps we are a little bit hyperbolic when it comes to our emotions. Okay. Can I please get a message for group two? A need for transformation, you guys, and change, all right? The Six of Swords is representing transformation. It's representing change. It's also representing moving. So for some of you, it could just be very much that you need to move because your soulmate is living in a different location, and maybe that is what you are wanting to manifest into your life, is a soulmate connection. For others of you, this is talking about like you got to change. Perhaps there is some like needing to face the mirror type of energy that is showing up here, where it's like this reminds me very much of like people who lack self-awareness, or somebody who does not necessarily see the faults in their own selves. Someone who may have this idea of like, I am this amazing person and I deserve A, B, and C. But like when reality is faced, or when we actually look at the mirror, it's not, the Emperor has no clothes. That is what I'm getting from this. It feels very much like the Emperor has no clothes. And it doesn't have to be on such an extreme level, you guys. If you don't know what I'm referencing when I say the Emperor has no clothes, you can go ahead and look that up, and I'm sure the story will pop up. But it feels a little bit delusional. It feels a little bit delusional, and it feels a bit like there's certain karmic things that we need to work out, or certain things that we need to look at within ourselves on an introspective level, where we really face shadow work. Okay, shadow work. That is what I'm feeling like needs to occur here, especially when it comes to like the way that we are emotionally, the way that we attach. It feels again like just very much hyperbolic emotions. Can I please get a message for group number 2 in regards to why the hell are they still single? It doesn't necessarily feel like you have a problem attracting people. Okay. It feels like there may be a problem, like once somebody's interested. I don't want to say keeping their attention, but it seems like there's an issue in regards to either having like unrealistic expectations, or having an inflated sense of self. Can I have a... Okay. So first of all, we have the 9 of Swords. So this is what I was talking about. This is why I said, you guys, like, I'm not a doctor, and I know the 9 of Swords was not here previously, but this was the energy I was picking up on. It felt very much like mental health struggles. And again, I'm not a doctor, so like, whatever. But that is what the 9 of Swords is representing. Mental health struggles, sleepless nights, depression, anxiety. I could see this beyond that, though. I could see this beyond just depression and anxiety. I could see this as really serious mental health difficulties. And look, that's okay. Like, I feel like 100% obviously, if you have a mental health disorder, that does not mean that you are not worthy of love. That does not mean that you are not capable of loving somebody and being in a healthy, happy relationship. All it simply means is that there's more work required to get to a place where you can have that healthy, happy relationship. And that's okay, right? Like, it's okay if it requires a bit more effort, or a bit more work, or a bit more like outside assistance in regards to like therapy, or again, intervention from a doctor. I think that that's all completely fine. We have we have the King of Wands. The King of Wands, here's the thing, you guys, he tends to be a bit of a flirt. He gives me very non-committal energy. He's very charming, very charismatic. He's spoken about as a very attractive king, very passionate. He's very good at getting what it is that he wants because he's so charming. This could also be his downfall, though, right? I feel like oftentimes, especially when somebody's looking for a serious relationship, somebody who has qualities such as the King of Wands could be seen as non-committal, or not taken seriously. Okay. Now, I also want to state before I continue, it's also very possible that these are the type of people that you guys are attracting if you are not relating to this being you and your energy. Although I do believe the people who this is, like whoever this is talking about, I believe whoever would receive this would have difficulties accepting that this is who they are. Because again, the struggle feels like having an inability to face yourself in the mirror and actually look at yourself from a non-biased perspective, which obviously I feel like everyone would have trouble doing. But this could also be somebody that you have previously encountered, or perhaps you feel like you have encountered this person many, many times, and you're dating people who have all of these qualities. We have the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is referencing going on a new journey. This is talking about new beginnings in a passionate direction. This is also talking about spirituality. We have the King of Cups. So the fact that we have the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups, it's really standing out to me that there needs to be an emotional evaluation. Again, I don't know if it is that you are attracting, or you are attracted to people who are emotionally unavailable, or people who are emotionally, I almost want to say abusive, or very volatile, hyperbolic, or if you yourself are this person. But I do think that there is an issue here emotionally, again, either on your part or the people that you have attracted, or you are attracted to their part. Okay. Definitely mental health struggles. There's definitely a lot of change that I think would be helpful for this group in order to get into a healthy relationship, a stable relationship. Okay. I'm going to go ahead, you guys, and pull a shadow work card for you guys. Boundaries. Develop healthy boundaries to make sure you are emotionally and mentally stable. It's okay to say no. Okay. Can I get, and again, that would make sense, right? For the group, for the people who are watching this, where you're like, this isn't me, but this is the type of person that I attract, or the kind of person I'm attracted to. Setting those healthy boundaries is going to be very beneficial for you. I feel like that's too many. How many? 4? Okay. We'll talk about it. We have selfish. You are wrapped up in your own desires. Try looking at it and caring about others' needs. Again, or the needs of others. Again, it's either this is you and you are this emotionally, like, you're struggling emotionally or mentally, and you have a hard time viewing things from another person's perspective, or you are somebody who has attracted people like this or are attracting people like this. If you are attracting people like this, it's a lot easier to fix than if you are the person who is struggling to regulate your emotional or mental state. If you are attracting people like this, the best thing for you to do is to not date and to be single. The best thing for you to do is to develop more self-love, more self-respect, and for you to set those really strong, healthy boundaries. And once you do that, you will no longer attract people who have this mindset or who act like this. And the reason why that is because people who are like this, people who, and again, I don't want to speak too poorly about this energy, but it tends to, people who have this type of energy tend to have a desire or want to attract people who are easier to feed off of emotionally or energetically. So we have superficial. You care too much about outward appearances. Start with your inner work, your value, your self-esteem, your personality. This is what I was talking about, like the mirror. Like the calls coming from inside the house, babe. Like you're like, everybody shucks and nobody's good enough for me. But it's like, are you good enough for yourself? Like that's, not necessarily that you need to be good enough for other people, but like being good enough for yourself, I do feel like plays a role in this. Being able to examine oneself is a really positive quality. So again, I do feel like there's 2 different groups of people here, and the group where you are attracting these type of people into your life, again, I feel like it will be a lot easier for you to make this change or for you to overcome this versus the group who is struggling mentally and emotionally and perhaps is stuck on like superficial things or like, again, that perfectionist mindset. It's going to be a bit more difficult. I feel like there would be a need for more like professional like outreach. We have quarrelsome, and this says, does this action fulfill an emotional need for you? Does it make you feel powerful? Is it a bad habit that needs to stop? Okay. And then we have compulsive, and it says, behaviors identify your internal feelings. What are you looking to control or feel for the moment? Okay. Sure. With that being said, you guys, I'm going to move on to the astrology. Can I get a message for group 2? It's emotional stuff, you guys. Like there's emotional hangups here. We have Capricorn. This is ambition, realism, and methodical steps. All right. Some people who have picked this pile look at relationships as, I don't want to say a business transaction, but may look at relationships as a way to elevate oneself. Again, this is not for everybody. This is for the people who are struggling. I don't want to say I feel like I'm talking to like narcissists, but that's almost what it feels like. Like this feels like the energy of a narcissist. This feels like the energy of somebody who's emotionally manipulative, emotionally very toxic. And again, I'm not saying these words to be mean, but it feels like somebody who needs intervention, like professionally, right? The reason why I'm saying that there's something to be gained, or this person is viewing, how am I wording this? The reason why I'm saying that this is the energy of somebody who looks at relationships as a business transaction is because Capricorn is very much related to the 10th house, which is business, Saturn, which is very much overcoming obstacles and hurdles. methodical steps. It feels like somebody who is very calculated in their relationships, like there's a goal. We have yin energy. This is Taurus. This is Cancer, Virgo, Scorpio, Capricorn, Pisces, intuitive trust, patience, spirituality, and receptivity. I think, you know what this reminds, the people who go, I'm an empath. I'm an empath, but not actually. And it's just more so of like somebody who's an emotional like vampire who is sucking the energy out of other people and they go, I'm an empath. Even perhaps somebody who has a spiritual ego, somebody again who's very emotionally manipulative, somebody who overall, again, I think that they're struggling. There's like a bit of pain here, and that is why I think this is coming up. I would suggest, again, if you are attracting this kind of person, I think the best thing for you to do is to be alone at this time. Because I think it would be much more productive to be alone than to be in a relationship with somebody or to engage with somebody who has the inability to self-reflect. Okay. This is why, okay. There's this sense of like self-importance that's kind of annoying. Selfless devotion and single-minded dedication to spirit. The shadow attribute is negative judgment of the physical world, excess pity. I said a spiritual ego. Spiritual ego may be a reason as to why you are single. Again, if you are relating more so to like struggling. We have child magical. It says seeing the potential for sacred beauty in all things, the belief that everything is possible. That's really beautiful. The shadow attributes card is pessimism, depression, disbelief in miracles, believing that energy and actions are not required for growth, believing that energy and action are not required for growth. I'm going to say this one more time. Believing that energy and action are not required for growth. Okay. There's a reason I repeated that last part like 10 million times. Okay. Can I please get a message for group 2 in regards to why are they still single? Okay. Yeah. Seeking help, talking, conference, consult. You guys, look, if you feel like you are struggling mentally or emotionally, or you have been told in the past, like, you are toxic, it's okay. If you feel like you struggle with self-reflection, it's okay to seek help. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. And also, like, again, like, you are still deserving of love if you are somebody who's like this. But I think that first, like, you have to get yourself healthy in order to be the best partner that you can be. And this could even be stemming from like trauma, you guys. So that's why I'm trying, like, I'm seeing this in 2 different lights, and it's difficult because I feel like there's a group of you here who have been victimized by a person that's like this. And then I feel like there's a group of you here who are this person, and I'm having difficulties. I want to show empathy for both sides. If you, again, are this person who's struggling with your mental health, or if you're struggling with keeping and maintaining healthy, happy relationships, and you've been told in the past that you are toxic, or that there's this or that there's that, please do not be afraid to like reach out for help. Not from me, because like, again, I'm not a medical professional and I don't think I'm at all qualified, but please don't feel like you're not deserving of help or that nobody can help you, because I can assure you that you can receive help and like these issues can be worked through. And again, for those of you where this is not you, but this is the people that you have been attracting or the people that you are attracted to, I also would like to encourage you to seek help, to seek professional help, to talk to a therapist, to talk to your friend, to talk to your family, to understand why it is that you believe that you are undeserving of like healthy love, right? Because I think that this all stems from a feeling of being undeserving, right? When we engage in relationships with people who treat us poorly, there has to be a part of yourself that feels like you are unworthy of being treated properly. We have distilling liquor. It says strategy, double-edged sword. Okay, so again, guys, some people are calculated when it comes to relationships. I would like to think that most people are not, but some people are. And I think just being very aware of that is important. Again, I do believe that this group, it's a good thing if you are alone. We have romantic night. It says romantic entanglement and an adult encounter. I would avoid these romantic entanglements or these adult encounters until we are mentally and emotionally healthy and we are loving ourselves and we are honoring ourselves and respecting ourselves. And then we've got patience, and it says patient, decent self-control. Patience is a virtue, right? I think that goes for both sides of the coin here. All right. I'm sorry this is such a heavy message, guys. Can I get a message for group? Okay, we have a lover. Great passion. Oh my god, I already pulled from this freaking deck. I don't know why I did it again. Anyways, we'll keep going. Great passion and devotion, unbridled appreciation of someone or something. The shadow attribute of this card is obsessive passion that harms others. Self-destructive devotion. Again, you guys, there's two. The reason why I'm reading, I usually only read the light attribute when I pull these cards, but I feel like there's two opposite sides of the coin here. So that's why I'm reading both. Obsessive passion that harms others. So ensure that you are not falling on that side of the coin. And if you are, ensure that you are getting the help that you need so that you aren't harming others with your obsessive passion. We have judge. It says balancing justice and compassion, managing the fair distribution of power. We have the shadow attributes, and this says offering only destructive criticism, misusing business, legal, or criminal authority. And it's interesting because we also have the liberator here. It says freeing yourself and others from outmoded beliefs, releasing negative thought patterns. We also have imposing your own tyranny over others you claim to liberate, ignoring legitimate constraints. Okay. All right. Now we will move on to a different deck. Can I please get a message for group number 2? Yeah, guys, practice self-love. For everybody on both sides of the coin, practice self-love. That is something that's going to be greatly important for this group. Spontaneous. I find that interesting. Okay. Final deck, and then I will pull from the bowl. Can I? Only you, devoted, attached, and crave. That feels a bit obsessive with the context provided with everything else. We have clarity, truth, intentions, and honesty. On the flip side of that, we have elusive, and this is dishonesty, deception, and trickery. Two conflicting energies here, guys. Withdrawn, single, lonely, and solitary. I think you guys, this group, should remain single until we can get a hold of our emotional state, until we can set those strong, healthy boundaries. I think for a lot of you watching this, you are on the victim standpoint or the victim viewpoint of this reading, where you have dated people like this, or you have continued to attract people like this, and it's not your fault. Like, we can't help who we are attracted to, but it is in your control moving forward to like make changes so that we can reduce those negative encounters as much as possible. Obviously, like, you're not responsible for the actions of other people, and if other people are treating you poorly, that is a reflection of who they are as individuals and not a reflection of you, my dear. So please do not take it like I'm saying like, oh, you should just choose better, pick better people. It's your I don't think it's your fault at all. Also, for those of you where you are on the side of this and you're being honest with yourself, and you can like look at the situation and say, yeah, like, I do have these tendencies, or I've heard this multiple times, where my exes or people I've encountered in the past have told me that I'm toxic, or told me that I'm this, or told me that I'm that. It's okay to seek help, and you are still deserving of love, and you can still have a healthy, happy relationship moving forward. But I think that we just have to address a few things prior to getting there, right? So I'm gonna go and pull from the bowl, guys, and then I will wrap everything up. Can I get a message for group number 2, please? Oh, I smell nothing but dust right now. Okay. We have a government job. Hello to all my government workers out there. We have long arms. We have fire, passion. Okay. Fire is also very destructive. We have a triangle-shaped face, which I feel like passion and destruction at times can go hand in hand, right? We have a smooth complexion. We've got big feet. We have hazel. We have a heart-shaped face. Soldier. Strong jaw. Bold. Hardworking. I don't think the notes were very helpful today, but that is what we got. Thank you, Group 2, for allowing me to read for you. I'm sorry this was a heavier reading. And again, I believe both sides of the coin are capable of experiencing a healthy, happy love. I think right now being single is the best thing for all parties involved, until we can, move forward and move past this heavier, thicker energy. But that's what I have for you guys. Thank you. I love you. If you guys want a personal reading, I do have personal readings available in the description box. If they are out of stock, you can email me or message me on Etsy and I will set something up for you. Thank you guys again. I love you. And that is all I got. So bye. Hello, group number 3. Welcome to your guys' reading. I'm going to be rolling the dice at the end. The reason why I'm doing that is because it's very loud on the table and in my new environment. If you're new, also the dice is dessert. It's extra. We're going to get through the main course first, which is the cards. So let's go ahead and start shuffling. Why is group 3 single? Why is my lovely group number 3 single? Okay. Some of you guys grew up in an environment where you witnessed relationships in a negative light. This could be between you and your parents. This could be between you and like family members, like witnessing negative romantic relationships in childhood. Okay. This could be a reason as to why you are currently single. It may have cast a really negative view on relationships in general for you and your love life, right? This could also be pain or heartbreak that you've experienced in the past, in your past relationships, which may also be playing a role in the reason as to why you are currently single. I would not necessarily see this as a negative thing, group number 3. I would just see this as a fact of life, right? Like, I feel like obviously sometimes, divorce is prevalent, right? Like divorce is very common. And I obviously think that impacts the children who may be involved. So that may be a reason as to why you guys are currently single again, because you've witnessed relationships be negative in the past, or you yourself have experienced very negative relationships in the past. We have the 5 of Pentacles. This would indicate some type of financial struggle, you guys. The 5 of Pentacles is struggling financially. It's also talking about being left out in the cold and forgotten, okay? Here's the thing, right? Financially, I think for most people, especially in the year 2023, especially if you are living in the West, right? If you're in Western Europe, if you are in the Americas, most likely you are expected to completely and totally like financially take care of yourself. And I do believe that finances now probably more than ever play a major role in like our ability to date. Maybe I shouldn't say that, because I also feel like back in the day, obviously, like finances played a role. It was literally like a business move to get married or a business decision back in the day. But I feel like in today's society, like you are expected very much, you're held to a higher, I feel like, standard in regards to finances versus in like the 1600s, you could be like, I'm going to give your father like 10 of my cows and call it good, I don't know. Anyways, we have the 9 of Pentacles. Now this is talking about extreme wealth. So this is why I think here's what I'm going to say about the money situation, you guys. It's either some of you are struggling financially, so you feel like you cannot afford to date. It could be that you guys are feeling there could be certain things financially that are holding you back, such as perhaps living with your parents, living with roommates. Maybe you're feeling like that's holding you back. Maybe you feel like you cannot afford to go out on dates. It could also be, though, that your work hours are so incredibly long that you are feeling isolated and like you don't have time to date. And the reason why I'm saying that is because the 9 of Pentacles is indicating an energy of quite literally, you guys, like being very wealthy, being very well off, right? So that's why I'm saying it the way that I'm saying it. There's something to do with finances, though, that's playing a role in the reason as to why. Now, for some of you watching this, you could be rather wealthy, or you could make a significant amount of money, and that could also play a role in why you're single, because maybe you feel like everybody's using you for money. Okay, can I get a message for group 3 in regards to why they're single? Balance. There's a lack of balance in your guys' life, group 3, okay? So this is essentially saying like having a lot on your plate and being able to juggle it all at once. Essentially, this is saying the reason why you're single is because you are having difficulties juggling perhaps your career and your personal life, all right? The wire is wrapped around my leg. Can I get another message? This is self-explanatory, right? The Hanged Man is just talking about a lack of movement, all right? It's just things aren't moving. Things are not progressing, so... you know. Let's get some more cards. Can I get confirmation cards in regards to why group number 3 is single? Interesting. Okay. First card that came up was the Moon, you guys. So certain things needing to be revealed. The moon represents what is hidden, what is in the dark, coming to the surface. This also talks about our intuition. Now, here's the thing, guys. I think some of you are very much aware of this. There's a big difference between intuition and anxiety, all right? But they walk a fine line. There's a big difference, but at the same time, I feel like a lot of people can get them mixed up, okay? So, the way that I am seeing this group number 3, essentially it's either your intuition and your anxiety are intertwining with one another, or it's very possible that there are certain things that you cannot see, or certain things that have not been revealed to you that play a role in the reason as to why you are single, okay? Now, what I mean by that is like there could be subconscious things, right? Like there could be a subconscious reason as to why you are not wanting to date, why you're not open to online dating, why you're not open to going to coffee with that person or doing this or doing that. There could be certain subconscious things that's holding you back from being able to date. Again, it could even be the stuff from childhood. We've got the Justice card. This is representing balance. When she comes up in a reading like this, you guys, it does feel obviously that there's a lack of balance. We did have that 2 of Pentacles. This is the reason why you were single. I wouldn't feel like you're single because you're balanced and because everything's great in your life and you're like, oh my God, everything's so balanced and peaceful. It would feel more so like there is a lack of balance going on. Okay. We've got the 5 of Swords. The 5 of Swords is representing petty arguments, all right? Being a bit of a petty Betty. I would see this essentially as being... perhaps having... what is it? The Xx. I don't think there's anything wrong with having Xx, you guys, or with being petty or with dismissing people for petty reasons. I do believe that our standards should be high at a realistic level. I think there is a balance between like having high standards and also being realistic. And when I say being realistic, I mean like, I was about to say something real bad. I was going to get political for a second. Let's say you are, goodness gracious, who is a neutral figure? Okay, let's just say you are somebody who is very unpleasant. You are somebody who perhaps is older, perhaps wears a toupee, other descriptors that maybe not be attractive, but you have it in your mind that like you deserve the sun, the moon, and the stars, and you're like, I am the greatest, okay? Somebody like that, right? I don't think that you should be petty. I don't think that you should be overly picky, but to be picky or to have your standards high, I think is important. And essentially what this card is just saying is you may be dismissing people for frivolous reasons, which again, within reason, I think that's fine. If you hate the way somebody chews, like, are you just going to be with somebody who you cannot stand the way that they eat for the rest of your life? Like, that sounds annoying. Why would you do that? Versus, again, never mind. Moving on, we have the 8 of Swords, you guys. The 8 of Swords is talking about being trapped. Okay, so we're being trapped by something that we cannot fully understand. We don't fully see what is holding us back, right? Because she's blindfolded. She can't see. She's like, Meh. So I see this as, again, like there's something subconsciously holding you back. There's something subconsciously keeping you from moving forward in regards to relationships. There's something we have to let go of for sure, because we have death here. Something we have to let go of. There's something holding us back that we 100% need to release in order for us to, I feel like, progress in a manner that is actually going to bring us like joy and happiness and satisfaction. There's some type of death that needs to take place. Now, with all that being said, I'm going to go ahead and move on to we've got the 5th house of passion and play. So this says passion, play, children, confidence, and creativity. So invoking more of this energy may be very beneficial for you guys in regards to you finding like a romantic match. I also see this 5th house of passion and play as like, I feel like for a lot of you, like you're really hard workers, and that may again be playing a role in the reason as to why you don't have time for romantic love. I think incorporating more passion and play will be very beneficial for you guys. Having more fun with dating, especially because we have Sirius Saturn here and it says feels restricted, which you got the 8 of Swords and you got the Hanged Man. These are 2 very restrictive cards. Feels restricted, experience struggle, learn hard work, and patience. Feels held back, feels restricted. Why do you feel restricted? Okay, there's many reasons why we could feel restricted in regards to being single, right? It could be because we don't feel good enough within our bodies. It could be because we don't feel good enough in regard to our financial situation, perhaps where we live. Maybe we feel like our environment is what's holding us back or restricting us from finding the person that we want to be with. I know for me, growing up in my hometown, I always knew in my heart of hearts that I was not going to end up with somebody who was from my hometown, because I just knew, and I felt very much restricted from finding a relationship at that point in my life, because I was like, none of you are it. So that could also be playing a role, right? Some of you, again, maybe feeling restricted physically, and I'm not here to say what you should or shouldn't feel. These are questions for you to pose for yourself. What is holding me back? Why do I not have confidence to date? Or why do I not feel good enough? What is it within myself that is restricting me from embracing this or from going after this? It could even be shyness, right? Some of you may be a bit on the shy side or a bit on the reserved side. That could be something that is restricting you or holding you back in regards to dating, okay? Okay, let's go ahead. We almost had a catastrophe. That was not pleasant. Okay. Can I have a message for group 3? Some of you are a little hussies. We have Pioneer. It says passion for doing and creating what has not been done before. The shadow attributes card is compulsive need to keep moving on. All right. There could be a compulsive need to continue to move on for some of you. A pioneering spirit for me, this, again, a passion for doing and creating what has not been done before. Interesting. Again, perhaps invoking more of your creativity may be very beneficial for you guys in regards to finding romantic love or getting out of your singleness. We have Femme Fatale, highlights the erotic energy of feminine, opens your heart when your dependency is rejected. Shadow attributes is an inappropriate use of sensuality, attachment to money, and power, okay? So embracing the positive attributes or the light attributes of the Femme Fatale may be very much beneficial for those of you who identify as a femme. That may be something that's beneficial, right? So I feel like what the Femme Fatale represents is like a strong, confident, sensual woman who is very much aware of herself and what she wants. And I feel like that is very powerful within itself. And embracing that in the best way that you possibly can to fit you and who it is that you are as an individual, I think is very beneficial, not just for like some women, but I think all women, right? I think it's something that's very beautiful and powerful. Anyways, we have a victim here as well, and this says prevents you from letting yourself be victimized or victimizing others. The shadow attribute to this card is playing the victim for positive feedback in the form of pity, the inability to maintain personal boundaries. the inability to maintain personal boundaries. This victim card is coming from the past, you guys. It's coming from that Six of Cups. Again, this is just something that I feel like needs to be recognized. I think the first step in dealing with this, in moving forward from this, is recognizing it and saying like, yes, my parents' divorce really did negatively affect me, or this relationship that I had in high school really did negatively impact me in my future, or this experience I had with this person really did alter my mindset in regards to relationships. And it's something that I feel like I've avoided talking about, or I've avoided facing up until this point, and it's something I really do want to work on. I think all these things will be very beneficial for you guys in regards to entering into a healthy, happy relationship, because I feel like this group, like, I feel like you guys have the ability to experience love. I feel like you guys have the ability to get into a relationship, but there's chains here. There's chains that we need to release ourselves from, okay? Alrighty. And for some of you, it could be literally just as simple as like embracing your sensuality and feeling confident in yourself, you know? Can I get a message? Oh, I feel like I'm gonna sneeze. Can I get a message? Okay. Interesting. We have calm down, listen to your inner voice, reduce anxiety. Calm down. Remember, listen to your inner voice. I was talking about anxiety versus intuition when the moon came up, you guys, okay? Calm down, breathe. Trust yourself, okay? Don't listen to your anxiety. Don't listen to that voice in your head that tells you that you are not good enough, okay? Reducing anxiety when it comes to relationships. I feel like sometimes when we have anxiety and we're talking to somebody new, or we're talking to somebody we really like, our anxiety could get the best of us and it could hinder the relationship moving forward. So trying to keep that in check. And I know it's so hard to like keep anxieties in check. It's almost, I don't want to say it's impossible, because nothing's impossible, but it's not without effort. So doing your best to stay calm, and again, to listen to your inner voice and not listen to that voice that's telling you that you aren't good enough. We have reject. This is a firm rejection. So again, you guys may have experienced rejection in the past, and this may have hindered you or scared you away from chasing or pursuing or being open to relationships in the present. We have the Prince of Cats. It says fashion and aggressiveness. The Prince of Cats. Okay. So some of you may be a bit aggressive when pursuing relationships, or when you are being pursued. There may be this very, I don't want to say clinginess, but there may be a bit of a cling, a bit of a like, I need this. And I do believe that oftentimes when we cling to something, it tends to reject us and push us away. We have fatherly love, controlling, and dogmatism. Dogmatism? I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. Here's the thing about this card, guys, right? The fact that the fatherly love is coming up here and controlling, for some of you, you may have been abandoned by your father. And this may have caused a feeling of rejection stemming from, again, childhood. And I feel like when this is showing up, you guys may have a tendency to want to control or have a lot of control in your relationships. In doing this, again, this is pushing away people. So dealing with the abandonment of your father, or maybe even your mother, maybe something that's very beneficial for you in regards to your relationships moving forward. And working on this prior to you being in a relationship will also be very beneficial. I know for me, my father abandoned me at a really young age, and for years it was difficult for me to have a healthy relationship until I really did like take ownership of that and work on it. That was only when I was able to have like healthy relationships. Can I, take time out, right? Okay, so you being single right now, I need you to know that it's a good thing. I need you to know that this is in your best interest, and it may not feel like it. It may feel lonely. It may feel very dissatisfying, but you need to know that this is in your best interest, because moving forward, you only want healthy, happy relationships. And in order to get to that place, we have to have this moment of taking this time out so that we can work on these things, right? We have expressed yourself more clearly, okay? So learning to express yourself without remorse or without feeling shame about how you feel, what you want, what you desire, is going to also play a role. I want one more from this deck. Can I get all about you. This makes me excited because obviously you guys are deserving of somebody who is going to be all about you. Okay. Let's get into the final deck. Can I get any final messages for group number 3? Why is group 3 single? We have rejection again, abandoned, dismissed, irrational fear. You guys are single today because there are abandonment issues you have to work through, because there's anxieties, irrational fears that need to be addressed or need to be looked at, you guys, okay? This is not a bad thing. I want to make that super, super clear. This is very common. Do not feel at all bad about experiencing this. We have curse. This is hex, witchcraft, and negative mind. You guys are not cursed. You guys are not hexed. I want you to feel very confident in that. The negative mindset within itself is what we can see as a hex, right? This is something that you can break yourself. This is something you have control of yourself. Only you have control of your mindset. And our mindset, you guys, truly, truly, truly does create our reality. I will die on this hill, okay? What we believe will manifest. What we believe is true will come to fruition. I 100%. And I don't just mean like, oh, I'm going to tell myself this over and over. Like believing it within your entire soul, your entire being. That is what will come into fruition. So if you keep telling yourself, this person's going to cheat on me, this person's going to cheat on me, they're going to leave me, they're going to leave me, guess what? They're going to do it. We have to start feeding ourselves healthy thoughts, kind thoughts, gentle thoughts, okay? And that's not to say that you're never going to be disappointed in another person ever again, but your thoughts create your reality, and you're going to be less likely to attract somebody into your life who will treat you in that manner. We have silence. This is frozen, no words, and stone wall. You guys are currently in the winter phase of your life right now, or in your love life. This is okay. Winter is a time of rest. We have possibilities, free-spirited adventure, and risks. This is an encouragement for you guys to take more risks, for you guys to open up to the possibilities. We have such beautiful energy here, you guys. You guys are the only group, I think the first group I felt really confident about, but I don't think that stuff like this came up for them. I think that this group, like, love is meant for you. Relationships are meant for you. Like, you are supposed to be in a healthy, happy relationship, and I do believe you will get there. I just think that, again, like, facing those fears is going to play a pivotal role in getting to that place. We have soulmate. It's deep love, unity, and connection. Your guys' soulmate is out there waiting for you, and you are going to encounter this person in this lifetime. You are going to experience this healthy, happy, beautiful love. It's just a matter of working through these things, because you don't want to put your soulmate through the anxiety or the pressure of like, I have these abandonment issues and now they're your problem, or now like you need to fix it. You need to make me feel like blah, 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 blah. I do believe for a lot of you, your soulmate will help with some of these issues that you may be going through, but I also think that to love your soulmate, you should also put some of the responsibility of healing these parts of yourselves on yourself, right? Don't just leave it all up to them. And then we have commitment. This is marriage, promises, and fidelity. So again, I do believe that you guys are going to be experiencing this marriage, this commitment. You're going to have somebody who makes you feel safe and secure and happy. I just think it's a matter of like working through some of this. And I do think you guys are going to get there. It's just going to take time. So that's what I have for you guys. Group number 3. Thank you guys so much for allowing me to read for you today. I appreciate it. I'm sending you guys love. If you're looking for a personal reading, they're available in the description box. If they're out of stock, you can go ahead and email me or message me on Etsy, and I will set something up for you in the future. Thank you guys so much. I love you. Mwah. Bye. Hello, group number 4. Welcome to your guys' reading. We're going to go and get started. Why is group 4 single? Aggressive, picky. I'm just kidding, guys. Why is group 4 single? Oh, because you guys are too good for everybody. That's why. Okay. So, first of all, we have the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is fast-paced, fast-moving, ambition, a little bit impulsive. So, group number 4, you guys may be a bit impulsive. You guys may be a bit of a risk taker. You guys may also just be super ambitious and busy with your education or busy with work. And you're like, to be honest with you, Cenus, I just don't have the time and the energy to give myself to somebody else, which is understandable. We have the Five of Wands. This is talking about competition. Some of you guys may not like how competitive the dating scene is in today's day and age. And you're like, to be honest, I'm not about it, and I don't blame you. This could also be talking about aggression, though, and being a very aggressive person. So if you are somebody who knows you're an aggressive person, this is a reason why you're single. Calm down. Stop being aggressive. For those of you who you're not aggressive, again, this could just be talking about not enjoying the competition that has become the dating game in 2023, and I'm assuming beyond. We also have the Eight of Cups. You are single because somebody may have walked away from you. Somebody may have walked away from the relationship you guys had. Somebody may have said, toodaloo, I'm no longer participating. So, Eight of Cups. We also have the Six of Wands. And the Six of Wands, you guys, is talking about success and a victory. So, again, I was joking when I was like, oh, you guys are too good for everybody. But they do say the dating pool is smaller for those who are successful, is smaller for those who are beautiful, is smaller for those who are A, B, and C. The reason why is because to find somebody who is on par with yourself is not going to be as abundant as somebody who is more, I hate calling people mediocre, but somebody who's more average. Okay. Sure. This could be playing a role, right? Maybe you're somebody who's highly educated, so you have a hard time finding somebody in the average dating pool to be on par with yourself or even beyond, right? Let's say you're somebody who's really attractive and you have a hard time finding somebody who is, again, on par with you in regards to not just being attractive, but also being as successful as you are or being as intelligent as you are. You guys get what I'm saying? You guys may possess qualities, and I'm not trying to be your hype man. I'm not trying to overly hype you guys up, but you guys may possess qualities that are difficult to match. Okay? We have burdens and responsibilities. You may just be too freaking busy for people. You may just be too freaking busy to date. And maybe there's a lot going on in your life right now, and the burdens and the responsibilities are heavy. Obviously, if you are working a really strenuous job or you're getting an education right now, it may be taking up all of your energy in regards to like your personal life. So, or you may just not have a personal life because of how busy you are. Can I get... You guys are single because you're amazing, because you are beautiful, because you're smart, because you're kind. And unfortunately, like, to find somebody who's on par with yourself, it's not impossible. There's amazing, beautiful people out in the world. There's many amazing, beautiful people out in the world, but the ratio may not be equal, right? So to find this person who is going to be your match, to find this person who is going to meet you where you are at on your level, it's going to take a bit more time. And that may be playing a role in the reason as to why you are still single. This is okay, you guys, all right? It's okay. It's better to wait for somebody who is going to be in alignment with yourself than to just settle for somebody who you don't respect, to settle for somebody you're not attracted to settle for somebody who is not on par with what it is that you would want for your future. I always find it so interesting and weird when I hear people go like, oh, you should just settle. Like, your standards are too high. Like, why would you want somebody to settle for you? Like, why would that be at all satisfying? I would pray to God that nobody ever is like, oh, I just settled for you. It's like, leave me alone. I would rather die alone with my freaking cats than to have the knowledge that somebody has settled for me. Like, okay, like I don't get that whole narrative of like, your standards are too high. Keep your standards high, group 4, okay? Because to me, the way that this is reading, it's not that your standards are unrealistic or out of this world or not. It makes sense for this group because this group seems very successful, or it seems like there's something about you that is seen as valuable, either to yourself or like to other people, right? And I feel like your expectations or your desires, your standards for the people that you date is appropriate, is what I'm trying to say. So do not lower your standards just because you are getting tired of waiting. And I talked about this a bit in another pile. Like sometimes there are people who are super out of touch with reality and who have no perception of like themselves, and they think they deserve like the sun, the moon, and the stars. For example, and this is not Trisha Paytas hate, but when Trisha Paytas was talking about how she was going to marry Brad Pitt, she was like, I thought I was going to marry Brad Pitt. It's like, love the enthusiasm, but, you know, keep your standards realistic. I don't feel like you guys are in that state where you're, you know, and there was a group today where I was talking a bit about that. I was like, all right, we got to bring it back down to earth. Anyways, why is group 4 single? Okay, interesting. This is heavy. We have Chiron. No, that is the 8th house. We do have Chiron here. But we have the 8th house. This is transformation, karma, facing fears, and legacy. Facing fears and legacy. Alrighty. So essentially, the way I would see this, I would see this 8th house as you guys experiencing perhaps significant transformations in your life. And perhaps these transformations, again, this doesn't have to do necessarily with relationships. It could be like you went from being a student to breaking into your career, and now you have an insane amount of work on your plate. I feel like this transformation is talking about the personal development that you have experienced within yourself. This may be playing a role because this may have been something that was rather time consuming. Oh, I feel like I'm going to sneeze. We have the moon here. It's satisfy emotional needs, nurture self and others. You may be finding it difficult to find somebody who can satisfy your emotional needs, right? It is the number one thing on my list that I am in a relationship with somebody who can satisfy me emotionally and mentally. That is like top of the list, okay? So group 4, you guys may also be, I'm not struggling with this. I'm happy, but you guys may be struggling with finding somebody who can meet you at the emotional place that you need to be met. We have Chiron here. This is hurt and heal. Hurt and heal, all right? So you guys may have experienced rather significant pain or hurt in your past. It could be that you guys were very significantly wounded, and this makes you more cautious moving forward in relationships. Again, I don't think this is a bad thing. I feel like the message for group number 4 is like, you guys are great and not the problem. And the reason you're single is because there's slim pickings out there. Can I get a message for group number 3 or 4? Group. Okay, wow. Okay, we'll start with the heavier. We have resisting, and it says, face your heart. Don't follow blindly. You guys are choosing to not follow blindly. You guys are choosing to not just be like, I'm attracted to this person, so let me go jump into a relationship with them. Or I really like them and I've known them for 3 months, so I'm just going to jump into a relationship with them because the wonderful Wizard of Oz. Well, anyways, yeah. Essentially, the way that I would see this is, again, you guys are facing your heart and you're not following blindly. You're not choosing just to jump into something for the sake of jumping into it. I really feel, and I know I was saying this jokingly, you guys, but I really do feel like the problem is like you guys are just really amazing. And to find somebody who matches that, it's not that it's impossible. It's not that it's obscenely like out of this world, but it requires more of a journey. We have confessions of love, and it says, say, I love you. I do believe, again, that you guys will be experiencing this confession of love. You guys will be experiencing true, deep, real love. I think it's just a matter of time and patience. We have Romeo, idealistic lover, passion, rashness, quickly changing moods. Ultimately, I do believe this idealistic lover is out there for you. I just think, yet again, it's just going to be a matter of time. I wish I could say something more helpful for you guys, but you are deserving of somebody who is actually great, who is actually amazing. Not to say you don't have faults. I don't want to give you a false sense of self and tell you that you're perfect, but I think that you are very much deserving of love. And I think the universe or God, spirit, whoever, whatever you want to call it, is protecting you and is trying to keep you in this state of singleness at the moment because you are meant for this idealistic lover. And I think in order to meet this person, in order to get to the point where you guys can have this relationship, obviously you need to be single. So your singleness is a blessing. Sorry. Ooh. We have protection, kindness, and undertake. Prince Achilles. I don't know. He's a prince, all right? And it's protection. So again, I do feel like you are being protected, and that is a big reason as to why you guys are currently single. I don't want to say you're being saved for somebody who is amazing, because that sounds very purity culture, which I'm not about. I don't like that whole like, oh, save yourself. Anyways, unless that's what you want to do, and then like I support you, but I think that to put a blanket statement like that on people is just silly. Point is, I do feel like you guys are being protected. I do feel like you guys are being, in some way, shape, or form, you're single right now because the person you're meant to be with is out there. And again, you need to be single so that you can meet them. We have rings, and it says symbol of love, union, soul connection. I think you guys have a soulmate reunion in your horizon. I don't know how close this is, you guys. It has to be relatively close for this to be the message that you're receiving. It has to be relatively close. It cannot be 10 years down the road. Maybe it's not a year from now. Maybe it's like a year, maybe 2 years out, but I don't see it as something that's beyond like 2 to 3 years maximum. I don't think it's 5. I don't think it's 6 or 7 or 8 or 10. Again, anywhere between a year to 3 years. 3 years, absolutely at the max. I want to say 2. It feels more like 2 years out. Spending this time alone, spending this time getting to know yourself, loving yourself, nurturing yourself, focusing on you and your life, building yourself up to a place where you feel very happy with yourself, which I feel like most of you do. I think that perhaps this person is going through a cycle right now where they are also getting to the point where they can be single so that they can also be with you. It feels like the next relationship you guys get into is going to be a serious one, which may be why you guys, again, are currently single, why the universe or why God is not bringing someone into your life, because the person you're meant to be with is on their way. Can I get a message for... That is way too many. Okay. All right. Oh. You guys, we have Virgin. Maintaining symbolic purity of heart and spirit. Shadow attribute, fear of intimate union. Okay, guys, literally, I'm not trying to say, obviously, I don't think this group, most of you are not this Virgin, right? That is not the point of this card, though. This is what I was saying. Like, the universe is saving you, is protecting you, is keeping you from entering into a relationship that's going to waste your time, because I do believe that you guys are ready for the union of you and your soulmate, okay? I do believe that you are ready for a really great, deep love, for a love that's going to be transformative. And for some reason, there's this holdup with you entering into this relationship because either this person isn't ready yet, maybe there are certain things that need to unfold or happen prior to you guys meeting. But I believe that that is why you guys are single. And that's what I was saying with the whole like saving yourself, like the universe is saving you for this. Like, I wasn't trying to make it sound like this, but the fact that this showed up, I think, is kind of funny. Anyways, obviously, I also have to just say this. This has zero to do with anybody's value. Like, not a single thing. Not a single thing. You are not more valuable because of this. You are not less valuable because of this. This has nothing to do with who you are as an individual. But you who picked this pile, you are valuable because of you. All right? Anyways, I just had to make that clear. We have the Queen here, and this says... radiates a regal feminine, uses her benevolent authority to protect others. Again, you guys are queens, and I know there are some men watching this. You're kings, all right? You're kings, but most of you watching this are queens, and that is why you are currently single, because the universe is like, baby, you need somebody who is magnificent, someone who is going to match your beautiful freaking energy. You got to hold on for me. Give me a minute. Let me prepare this for you. That is what this message is, okay, guys? We have Saboteur, and it says highlights your fear of self-empowerment and changes it would bring to your life. So there are certain aspects of your life, you guys, where it's like you are meant to be empowered, all right? And there is almost, I feel like there's a journey that some of you are going to be setting on that is going to make you feel very strong, very independent, very sure of yourself. And in going on this journey, it may even bring this person to you. This is not for all of you, but there is an energy here of self-empowerment that I feel like is playing a role in your singleness. All right. Let me... Can I please get a message for group 4 in regards to why are they still single? We have a no. No. The universe is like, you're not single. You're with your soulmate energetically, just not with them physically. I'm not sure what this no is referencing, you guys. I was joking just now, unless it resonates and you can take it. But no would just represent obviously like a stop, a pause, right? We have 2 weeks as well. I don't think you're meeting your soulmate in 2 weeks, guys. I just don't. If you do, congrats. Let me know. Go ahead and give me a little email if you meet them in 2 weeks. We have defense mechanisms. All right. Defense mechanisms essentially is talking about protecting yourself, right? I feel like you are being protected from wasteful relationships or from meaningless relationships right now. All right. Why is group 4 still single? Okay. We have pain, apprehensive, afraid, and cautious. Again, I think you are still single because there is this like protection around you of like, you deserve the best. You do not need to be experiencing another wasteful relationship or a relationship that's going to be causing you pain. We have nourish. This is self-growth, self-focused, and soul finding. All right. So this is the season of you. This is a you season. We have heart fog. This is mixed signals. Oh, mixed signals, blocked emotions, and messed up. Some of you are still in this heart fog. I don't believe this is very many of you watching this, but some of you are. Essentially, that's just representing a need to wait it out until you receive clarity. We have past life. This is deja vu, repeated patterns, and karmic lessons. Some of you guys are working through karmic lessons right now. I also do believe that you guys are meant for this past life soulmate. There is a connection that you had in your past life that you will be experiencing again in the present. Okay. I'm going to go ahead, you guys, and quickly... Actually, before I do that, because I did not pull confirmation, can I get some confirmation messages for group number 4 in regards to why they are still single? We have the 8 of Cups. Again, this is somebody has walked away from you. Perhaps that's why you're single, or you have walked away from somebody. We have the 5 of Pentacles, which represents being lonely. This may also be financial struggle. We have the 5 of Wands again, which is representing aggression. And like I said earlier, some of you may not like how competitive the dating scene is in today's world. And then we have the Empress, which again, like this is somebody who is seen as very beautiful, very valuable. She is divine feminine energy. Anybody who would have an opportunity to be with the Empress would be lucky. There's only one person fit to be with the Empress, and that is the Emperor. And there's only one of him, right? The other queens, there's other kings that you can match up with, but with the Empress, there's only one, and that's the Emperor. So you guys are waiting for your Emperor, and I believe that is the reason as to why you guys are single. Or you're waiting for your Empress. Can I get... We have past heartbreak or heartbreak that you guys have recently experienced. Again, there could have been a recent breakup. And then we have the 6 of Wands again, you guys, again. So you know what's coming into my mind, and I'm so sorry because I know some of you are going to hate this, but the whole you are the prize, the Lori Harvey, like I feel like that is what it is. Like you guys need to remember that you are the prize. You are somebody who is so incredibly valuable, who is so incredibly special. And for those of you who are watching this, I don't think you have a big head about it. I don't think you're somebody who is full of yourself or who has an inflated sense of self, but you are somebody who's genuinely a good person, who is genuinely someone. I feel like whoever you end up with, your soulmate, is so incredibly lucky that they get to have you in their life. And the reason why you're single right now is because you are deserving of better. And I feel like the universe is, again, I don't want to say saving you, but saving you for that person, okay? I'm going to go ahead and pull from the Bull really quick. All right, there's a lot. I'm going to go through this really quickly, you guys. We have letting go, that 8 of Cups, right? Entrepreneur. Some of you guys, again, are really busy. We have I love you. Your soulmate wants you to know that they love you. We have Canada. Hello to all the Canadians. We have Pisces. We have broad shoulders. Broad shoulders, okay? Fresh. Loose ends. Some of you may still be tying up loose ends. Oh. We have a smooth complexion. A smooth complexion. Uniquely attractive. We have service. We have summer. We have roller coaster. We have early 30s. We have late 20s. We have 10 years. We have unusual work. Blessings. I feel the need for a few more. Stable. A dream come true. Thick hair. Risky. Hardworking. September. And small chin. So that is what I have for you guys. Group number 4. Overall, I do believe that you guys are going to be coming into union with your soulmate rather soon. And I believe that that is the reason as to why you guys are still single. The universe, God, whoever is, I feel like this is the prepping period or the waiting period for that person. If you guys are looking for a personal reading, I have them available in the description box. If they are out of stock or they are not there, you can either email me and I can set something up for you in the future, or you can message me on Etsy. And again, I will set you up for the following week's readings. So yeah, that's what I have, you guys. I'm sending you so much love. Thank you for allowing me to read for you, and I'll talk to you guys really soon. All right, bye.